Slayer.com Gator Bowl.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Beef O'Brady. For some reason, these matchups are compelling to me because of the absurdity of it all, the fact that you have not really all that good teams playing in them. But something crazy always tends to happen. So whatever, the BCS Bulls, yay for them. But I like watching a stupid bowl game.
So. I don't like the idea that Boise has a bowl game on the blue turf, but I do like that it's the Idaho Potato Bowl now.
Good. I agree.
That's a good.
That's upper for me.
Yeah, put them up in. That should be a BCS bowl game.
It should be. They look good.
One of the things I like about the Bulls is it's a different way to look at it in terms of success, and it's not as cutthroat as so many other sports are. Like with FCS football, if you don't make the playoffs, you're basically not going to be deemed a success at all that season, unless if you go from 0 for the season to 6-5, it might be, but other than that, you won't be. And if you make the playoffs and you don't make the title game or win it, it's not really going to be deemed a success either. Where for all these teams making bowl games, a lot of them, like Kansas State, they would not be deemed a success if we had a playoff or any other way in all likelihood. Where this way you can look at it and you can say, well, hey, they still had a pretty good season and they're rewarded with a pretty good bowl game against a good Arkansas team and have a chance to go out on a high note. And I think my favorite bowl memory is when Ohio State beat Miami in the 2003 Fiesta Bowl for the national title.
Stupidest pass interference call ever.
How about Michigan, Nebraska, and the Alamo Bowl?
That was good, but it was still just the Alamo Bowl. But I do remember thinking it was funny watching the ridiculous finish. And also remembering Michigan people complaining, no, all the Nebraska players were on the field, it doesn't count, but they conveniently forgot the 14 Michigan extra players on the field too.
Remember the Alamo.
Swag. It was a very strange
swag.
Yeah, let's talk about this swag they're getting. $400 Best Buy gift cards and flat
up
screen
to $500. So whatever you can get for $500. A couple guys getting TVs. It's like a couple bulls getting TVs. That's just.
Well, most of the swag is pretty underwhelming overall. Like a backpack. Oh, cool.
No, but it's like watches.
There's usually
Pair
one
of
big
shoes
item.
or something. It's like, but these guys already got 28 pairs of sneakers that they get for
There's
free.
usually one big item you can pawn on eBay and get a 4-game suspension for, I think. I think there's a
upper tier
And
bowls.
it's frequently, it seems like the big item now is just a gift card
Here's a
at
PlayStation
whatever
3.
place for a whole bunch.
$25 gift card Applebee's.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised Applebee's isn't a sponsor of a bowl.
There definitely needs to be an
Within
Applebee's
5 years
bowl.
they will be.
The Applebee's Spaghetti Bowl, I mean,
Very good.
we got something right there.
2 for 20. For Chris Berman somehow bowl.
Or Chili's. Chili's would be a good bowl
Chili's.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Chili's.
This is great.
FCS playoffs, we're down to the final 4. Your championship is intact. Mine is intact.
Mine's also
Yours
intact.
isn't, because we have the same one.
Yes, we do.
Mine's gone.
Sam Houston, Montana. Sam Houston, they made it up the Clemson of this deal. They made it again. Beat down Montana State. They go up against Montana now.
They really did beat them.
2 teams that looked very impressive last weekend.
Yeah. And color me surprised. The first man to dismiss Sam Houston State.
I'm up there with you.
And now they look pretty legit now. If this were in Missoula,
That too. I like Bozeman.
okay, I would say that this would be a Montana win. I'm not convinced now.
I'm convinced. Montana.
I'm going to pick Montana,
Absolutely.
but I just feel like there could be that weird Sam Houston State.
So I'm very confident, but
Yeah,
Sam
so
Houston scores a
confident.
lot of points, so they got that going for them. But I think we all like North Dakota State this weekend too at home. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's the option.
They
it's
haven't
Georgia
really-
Southern. They're really polished. I mean, that's a well-oiled machine.
North Dakota State, they haven't played the elite yet in these playoffs.
They haven't had the big test.
Well,
yet.
yeah, because they're the best
they're
team, the
top
number 1 team. Yeah,
They're not the number 1 team. They are the
Who
number
was
2 seed.
Who was the number 1 team?
Sam Houston State.
Okay, sorry.
Pay attention.
Jeez. Well,
Old
I'm
age
your
here.
Northern Iowa, so.
What are you getting at?
I said Montana would advance them.
I picked
Montana
Montana to win
last
the
week,
entire
too.
thing.
What's your
I
number
thought
on it?
Montana would beat UNI. I did not expect. I mean, it was like 45-13 or something like that. I didn't see that coming though.
They won by multiple touchdowns. Sad. I saw on the UNI board saying maybe the Moon Valley ain't that hot. Maybe you got the North Dakota State, which I kind of agree with. Honestly, Missouri Valley kind of overrated.
This year,
This
it
year
might
it
have
could
been.
be.
But
I mean, because
to be
Southern
honest
Illinois,
with you, though, is
they-
that just people being
don't
bitter?
be honest with me, please.
Is that because you and I got knocked out?
No,
Are
I think
those
it's
bitter fans.
No, I think if you look at the conference as a whole, I mean, their middle is a lot better. You have Indiana State playing very well. You have a few other teams. There, Illinois State played solid. You have North Dakota State. You have UNI. There's a clear top tier to this thing, and then everybody else is just nothing.
Well,
So
one
you're
member
saying
of this
that the
panel was
Missouri-
clamoring for 3 Missouri Valley
Yeah.
playoff
And I,
teams.
definitely think there should have been 3. I won't go back on that.
So Travis, you trying to say that you're saying the Missouri Valley's kind of like the Big Ten this year then?
It's easy to sit here now
Yeah,
and say that
there's 2 clear
Missouri
top
Valley
teams
should
in Michigan State and Wisconsin. Everybody else is just they're good, but they're not a playoff quality team. And Southern Illinois, one of the traditional powers, they're down. Youngstown State, they haven't been elite in 5 years, if that.
They haven't been. No. I mean, so, it
It's
didn't
time to
help.
rethink this. Missouri Valley's top dog.
I don't think anybody's thinking that anymore.
Well,
To be honest with you.
Northern Iowa's,
I mean, people go Colonial to the
wins
SEC,
late.
and they're like, well, Missouri Valley,
They
they're
didn't get the
number 2.
Colonial this year. They had 4 teams knocked out either the first or second weekend. So there you go. I don't think that the Missouri Valley's, the Cats meow in this FCS, but I think they're deserving of 3 teams. In fact, we're still arguing this 3 weeks after the picks were made.
Because you and I, we sat here and said, who they've beaten, probably not going to go very deep. They shouldn't have beat the first round matchup because kid doesn't know how to propose, apparently.
You know how to Tebow.
You know how to deal with
I'll be honest. Something that no one ever really talks about with all the parity in sports now, that they keep cutting scholarships at the top level and it keeps kind of trickling down to the lower level and now into FCS. Now, I think we're kind of getting to the point now where there really, for the most part, aren't elite conferences every single year in and year out. And people say that conferences are elite because it's just easier to do that than go through and try to change every single year. Just because, there's so many, you don't see very often where there's 6 dominant teams, like ever anymore, in one conference. So I think we're kind of getting to maybe that point, that the parity is at the highest it's ever been.
True.
well, I stand firm at North Dakota State. We can say we want about the Missouri Valley, but they, to have the year they did and to beat the Gophers sort of in a whatever kind of fashion. It's not really all that challenging. That's a very good team.
It's rare to see FCS team go to a BCS school and expect to win. Most people expect them to win, and they do win.
Exactly. It's a good program. I think this is their year, but they have to prove it on the field, which is an interesting concept that I like.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good.
There's 2 ways to look at NDSU this week. It's either the fact that they haven't played anybody tough in the playoffs yet, or it's the fact that they're just that much better that they aren't really working that hard.
And they've won easily in all
they've
those
won,
games.
yeah. So I'm not really sure. I guess I'll take NDSU in a really close game.
And Montana, you're going?
Yeah, let's go with NDSU Montana, since that's probably what the title
I'm sticking with my saying. Montana and NDSU, with Montana winning the whole thing.
We're all on Montana and North Dakota State. Good. Good. Very quickly, since we won't tape again until the BCS title game is done, who wins?
LSU.
I'm gonna go LSU. Each team gets 1 more field goal, so this time it's 12-9 instead of
In
9-6.
regulation?
Yep.
Yep.
No OT.
I filled out mine today on our sports block thing on Bowl Mania. I went with 30-17 LSU.
You're gonna
LSU, I
make sure on our Facebook page,
Put
post
that.
all the updates, like, hey, here's winning so far
We will.
for sheer entertainment value.
Good.
No, but
Just this guy.
finally to appease the stinking BCS system one more year. LSU wins, and there's No debate. They're the best team. And, when you finish undefeated, though, with the schedule they had, that's warranted. I'll take LSU. I don't know how many confidence points yet.
Good, great.
But I'll
Might
figure
be
that
pretty
out.
low.
When you're 6th or 7th out of the 8 or 9 people that'll be in it,
Yeah.
do you still want the results posted?
I don't care. Why do you think I'm doing this out of some sort of ego thing? It doesn't have anything to do with it. I just think it's entertaining.
Football
Drew,
isn't even his sport.
Drew, Mr. No Ego. Oh, I hate college football. I hate the NFL. We talk about too much football on this show.
How is that ego related? That's just a matter of opinion on what we should speak on.
We'll speak on more things. Trivia question coming up next.
I'm done with this.
On Sports.
Goodbye.
For this final episode of the Sports Lounge, we haven't done a lot of trivia this year, so we'll do some trivia now.
Nice. Make
There
up
it
for
is.
lost time.
Very good.
Yes. The idea was to have shows devoted to this.
That's right, I forgot about that.
Well, the idea was we'd have a studio for the whole year, too.
Yeah.
So, well, it happens.
Things happen. Things happen. This is going to be a little different than what we've done in the past.
Okay.
I have a list here of each NFL team, the guy named player from each team that has the most passing yards in the game for them, most rushing yards, or most receiving yards in the game.
So any of the three. So there's a total of 96 answers.
Yes. You give me the team and the category you want to answer, and give me the answer. First one to what? 5, 6.
Sure, whatever.
The
I don't.
tiebreakers after that.
I'm
First one to 5.
Okay.
Charlie, start us off. What team? What yardage?
I will
Threshold.
go with the Green Bay Packers in passing and say that it is Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Wow.
For a single game.
There we go.
For a single. Okay, is this all time or this
This
season?
is all time.
Oh, well, I thought we were talking this season.
Well, it's too late. You're out now.
You get read it.
So all time.
Okay.
Single
Then I will
game,
go
single game.
Green Bay Packers passing, and I will go Brett Favre. Okay, I thought that might be the case.
All right. Single game Vikings rushing. I will go with Adrian Peterson.
True.
Single game Bears rushing, but Walter Payton.
True. Keep track of your points, sir.
I will go single game Browns rushing and go with Jamal Lewis.
No.
I will go with single game rushing for the Ravens. Jamal Lewis.
Yeah.
Single game rushing Bengals. Corey Dillon.
True. Through a hole here.
Single game Colts passing Peyton Manning.
Yes.
Single game passing Patriots. Tom Brady.
Yep.
Single game passing Dolphins Marino.
True. 1, 3, and 3.
Single game. I'm going to switch this up. Single game receiving 49ers Jerry Rice.
Oh, look at that. Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Like that.
Oh.
Did you go?
Yep.
Jesus,
No,
break there! All of a sudden, break there. Make an appearance. Make an appearance.
Hey, go!
Single game passing New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. Drew Brees. Sorry.
Single game receiving Texans Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson, 4-4.
Got it.
Yeah.
2.
Single game passing Texans Matt Shaw.
Yep. Stay alive. Stay alive.
Single
To
game.
clinch a spot in at least a tiebreaker
Yes.
here.
Clinch a spot in DCS.
To clinch a spot for a tiebreaker. With Eamon.
This is going to be a little bit of a shot. I
Why
guess.
would you do this?
I don't know.
Go with
Single game rushing Los Angeles Rams, Eric Dickerson.
oh, it's
Is
Los
Dickerson-
Angeles
is he the
Rams.
Is he the Rams' career rushing single game, Eric Dickerson? No, he's not.
for the win. Eamon. Jakku here.
Single
He's making a comeback.
game passing
Gonna go bread and butter here.
Panthers Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Crap, I was trying to save that one for late.
Wow.
Winner of the final trivia.
Good
Eamon.
for him.
Anybody want to just pour it out?
Pour it out. Go ahead, Marcus. I know you want to.
Anybody?
Dante Culpepper, Vikings.
For the Raiders, no.
Fran Tarkenton.
For the Vikings, no.
For the Vikings. Tommy Kramer for the Vikings.
Kramer, true.